This is how we start our shows.
This is the song you picked?
This is the song I picked. You know.
I was expecting something.
All right, Ellen, you can turn the lights on if you want.
Well,
Welcome.
That was a fail.
Don't do that to me. Welcome to In the City with Resource City. I am your co-host, Nicholas Cabrera.
Tony Newell.
And we are in the city. Again, our show streams every Thursday at 3 p.m., except that it's now close to 3:15 p.m.
Miami time.
Huh?
Miami time.
Miami time. It's Cuban time.
How many drinks?
What is this? What do you got to put Funky Town back on?
Sorry.
Welcome to Miami Community News. Tony, we've got some really cool guests here today, don't we?
I think we do.
Would you like to do the
No,
honors?
you do the intros
I'll do the
because you
intros.
go way back with these guys. So.
All right. Well, to my right, I have the legendary Brian Skogen of Market Kitchen, located on the corner of Ponce and Mallorca in downtown Coral Gables.
The button choice for Brian was.
Don't do that. Okay. Brian, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And to your right, we have the even more legendary Lucas.
More than me?
Yes, absolutely. Because he was here on time today. Lucas Calderon of Holy Crab Delivery, based out of Market Kitchen.
That's right. Thanks for having me. This studio is very near and dear to me. When I was just a thought, Grant Miller had me on as one of his guests. It's not the same. It's not the same studio.
Just a thought?
You were a
Is that what you
thought?
said?
I was just a thought. Yeah, Holy Crab was just a thought.
Oh,
Wasn't official
that's
yet.
not what
I
I
thought
it
was
That's not what I was
THOT
thinking.
thought.
No. We haven't had that many drinks. I was just a thought, and he welcomed me in with open arms. So this studio is near and dear to me. This exact studio now, but the building. So
Very
I'm
cool.
glad to be back.
Well, welcome.
Huh?
Have you seen any of our shows yet?
I've seen some clips.
We've seen some clips. Yeah,
Seen some
Yeah.
clips. And what do you guys think of Tony and my show?
I think there's.
Good. I think it'll go as far as you want it to go.
That's right.
Well, we are going to go very, very far. We already have gone far.
Oh, qué lindo.
Que lindo, que lindo. Well, we're really excited because some of our last episodes have reached almost 2,000 views, if not higher.
Higher.
So higher.
Three.
So almost three. So
3,000.
this
Oh, it's on.
episode, because we have you gentlemen on, probably won't reach more than 10 views.
It's like with or without the bots.
Ah.
Calling us out there a little bit. Probably with the bots. Anyway, thank you, Joe, both for being on the show today. Huge shout out to our sponsor for today's episode, Clutch Burger. Steve Bradley, the real G, the mayor of Giralda. Thank you very much for hosting us today and for sponsoring this episode.
And there's something tonight, no? Well, we'll
There
get
is
to it
something
later,
tonight, but
sure.
we're gonna get
Okay.
to that in a little
Okay.
bit. So we're really excited to have these two gentlemen on the show today because they are both pioneers in their industry, which is food and hospitality.
Like that, but, yeah.
You are. And you are both transforming the North Gables Ponce neighborhood with your businesses. This is a smaller neighborhood in Coral Gables, just north of the downtown area. It's a little bit more of a rental homes. And so we don't actually get a lot for us in our neighborhood. I live in that area, which is why Tony and I said, let's bring these guys on the show today. Because you guys are doing some really incredible things with Market Kitchen and with Holy Crab. And I'm very grateful to have you. Brian, I used to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that.
I was your best employee.
For a little bit, yeah. When it was tough to find some employees during the that period we went to just a few years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta bring
but
it
yeah,
a little closer.
thank you.
I learned how to, crack stone crabs over there with you guys.
Were we doing stone crabs when Nick worked with us?
I don't know. When did you start?
When you started with the stone
October?
crabs. Yes.
October. Yeah.
Brian, tell us a little bit about Market Kitchen. What is what is about it is a market, and what about it is a kitchen?
Well, it's a little bit of both. We've got a lot of different products in there that are supposed to be going along with some of the catering. Of course, because of COVID, we didn't do a whole lot of catering, but that's something that we've seen really tick up in the last probably last 4 to 5 months, and increasingly so every seems like every few weeks that go by. So, what was that?
I'm going to take the buttons away from
I
you.
don't know, but I liked it.
Very chill, I think it's.
So and then so then we try and focus on the takeout, the delivery, and of course the sit down, and that's where it's MKT kitchen, it's market and a kitchen.
Very cool.
I want to be, and I want to create kind of a your neighborhood chef where you go to pick up your daily meals. I want to get into a few other meal preps and stuff like that, so people can really cater some of their daily meals, not necessarily their weekend dinner out to a nice restaurant, but more or less their Sunday through Thursday meals. That's where I'd like to be.
And you also have an Epicurean market.
Yeah.
You sell a couple boutique wines.
I try all the wines.
Try all the wines.
Yeah.
I saw that you had Obsidian Ridge in there now.
Yes.
It's a good wine.
Is it? Did you have that?
I've had that wine. It's a very good wine.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I used to serve that at a wine bar up in St. Augustine.
Okay.
Called this Bin 39.
Yeah.
And they had one of the highest end wine lists in North Florida. And I turned 21 working at this wine bar, so they introduced me to good wine. So I'm spoiled. And Obsidian was probably one of my favorites that we served there.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more higher end wines as obviously I get more customers that buy that. So if you're ever interested in dropping by, and
I'm probably one of your best customers.
Are you?
Yeah, I get coffee there every morning.
Yeah.
But he doesn't drink Merlot. No Merlot.
No Merlot.
Your dad is one of my best customers.
My dad. This is really funny.
You just use the points that he's racked up.
That's what I was gonna say. He has the 5-star system, right? 5-star.
5-star. Yeah.
And it lets you redeem, like, get points for when you purchase something from Market Kitchen.
Yeah.
My dad has like 1,500 points,
Mhm.
and he never uses them. So they
You
just
do.
keep. I do. Well, there you go. I do. I'll go in there and I'll redeem like a free coffee. And,
He's like, oh, I know you.
and my favorite thing is when they're not paying attention, I reach over and put like 20 points in there, and then I
I've seen you do that.
Yeah, I do.
But this was Monday or Tuesday was the first time I'd been in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you said something about, being a go-to for the neighborhood or something to that effect. And that's what I noticed when we were there, is a lot of the people, it was just the way I was reading them when they were walking in, it seemed like they were regulars. They walked in like, this is my place. It's not like, oh, gee, I'm popping in. This is nice. In like they know everyone, like they've done it a million times before. And that's a really nice thing for a local business. It has to be great for you because you have a lot of repeat business. People who said, hey, this is great stuff. I'm going to come back here every day. You have the business crowd, I'm sure, that comes in there. So I thought that was cool to see. It's always great when you go to a place and the majority of the people in there look like they've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, they're home away from home. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I think it was a few months after we opened, or maybe it was longer than that. I remember my chef, Jason Sean, was hanging out in the front, and he's usually in the kitchen, but he was hanging out in the front. And, after about 4 or 5 people came in, and he could clearly tell with the conversations, they all came in. He looked at me and he goes, is it normal that people come in every day?
Mm-hmm.
So even though we went through a really tough period where it was hard to open a restaurant, you could tell because it was, the same people every day, 2 or 3 times a week that were coming in. So you knew if you just stuck with it, everything would be all right.
Yeah, that's a fantastic sign that you have
And we really
regulars like
did
that,
open
yeah.
peak of COVID. It was like May of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And I just moved into the neighborhood. My dad lives in that neighborhood. And they said to us, like, somebody told us, like, there's this new restaurant, the market. I was like, what is the market? Oh, it was MKT Kitchen. And we went in there, and I remember, I think the first thing I ordered was the prime rib, prime sandwich, which was the French dip, right?
Yeah.
It was out of this world.
Did you have the au jus?
They had the au jus sauce, and we kept coming back, man. We kept coming back almost every single week, and you've really just transformed that neighborhood. I mean, multiple businesses have opened around you now, and you were the first.
Yeah. When I first looked at the spot, I didn't think much of it. The storm shutters kind of were a little twisted, and building hadn't really been painted or cleaned, and the awning I wasn't too big of a fan of. It's this old, ugly maroon looking thing that was torn and stuff. So, but once you replaced it, and it didn't cost all that much, it looked nice.
Yeah, and it has a nice bistro feel inside. And we were trying to film a promo in the front, and we couldn't get through a take because it just had so many people coming in. I said, man, this guy's onto something here. And then, of course, I had the food. And I have to say, it's hard to nail chicken breast and make it that juicy and that delicious, but that was a damn good salad. That was a damn good chicken salad. So
yeah, always organic chicken.
There he is.
Look Look at you, Brian. Can you put that on the
Is that on the
screen
screen?
behind
Yeah,
us?
yeah.
No,
Look
Put
at
that-
this
How do you wear a
guy.
sports coat like
No,
that.
that
Look at you, man.
that's not necessary.
that man is handsome.
Oh.
We don't have to put that up there.
That's a good looking man right there.
Yeah.
I'm you know what? I've never
What's-
seen you wear a sports coat like that before.
What's
That's
the
it, that's it,
starting
the Ritz
wage for
What's
your
the starting
workers?
wage at Market Kitchen
What's that for what position?
for
For podcast producer.
I think he's looking for a job.
Well, for kitchen, somewhere around 18 an hour. And stuff. Yeah.
You know what he looked like in that picture? Maybe you can pull it up. There's the I don't know the name of the actor, but he looks like a younger, better looking version of look up the father in Contact.
Father in Contact.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking
You
about. While he does that, I want to introduce our associate producer today, Ilian. He's our sound guy for this afternoon, and we have now decided that we're going to give our sound guys a microphone, so they're going to join us for all of our shows. Yeah, this is the guy from Contact. I could see that. This guy.
Yeah, you have to in certain roles like it's dead on, but you're younger and better looking.
Yeah, there you go.
I see.
You got him?
I see.
You got him? All right.
Anyway, so we'll come back for a second because we gotta talk about the Holy Crab delivery. So out of Market Kitchen.
Fake news.
Thank you for that. So I'm going to take the buttons away from him.
I love
Out
it.
of Market Kitchen was born the concept of Holy Crab. It came before that, right? How did this partnership?
Well,
really come
the
to
idea
life?
of Holy Crab sprung about in the summertime of 2020, which was also, the peak of the pandemic. And I think you opened up. When did MKT open? What month? Do you remember?
May.
May. Yeah. So that sounds about right. The idea initially was to do some sort of, high-end meat delivery. My father's a big Rocky fan, and we wanted to do some sort of meat to keep him entertained. And he runs his own business. And he had a lot of layoffs as well. Just with any business owner. And we wanted to see how we could, bring some spirits up. So the idea was to take him to some high-end meat shops, and with that, we had enjoyable experiences at the house. And we thought, man, maybe we could do a meat delivery service. Obviously, with some market research, we noticed that it was a very difficult market to get into. And then my business partner and I, she's actually the one that came up with the idea, Irene. She's like, well, Lucas, you love stone crabs. Why don't we do the same concept with stone crabs? And I was like, man, we're in the peak of the summer. The season doesn't start until October. Like, we got a little bit of time to see if we can ramp this up and get this thing going. So we would go down to the Keys every weekend, and the fishermen there, they're great people, but when it's not stone crab season, they're enjoying their summer, right? So it took a little bit of time to get the idea and get the contacts, and then she was dropping off some packages at UPS, which is right next door to MKT. And she walks in, and she meets Brian. She goes, "Hey, my business partner and I, we have this idea of selling stone crabs," and he's like, "Well, tell them to come in next week." And I was like, man, we got a lead. Like, this is incredible. I couldn't believe it.
Nice.
Yeah. So
One more time. Okay.
So I came in the next week with her. I introduced myself, and then Brian, like as a wise business owner that he is, he goes, I really don't have much time. Come in next week, right? So next week could come along, and we show up again, and he'd be like, okay, come back next. And he would just keep pushing us,
Me too.
pushing us. And then down the road, now we've had this, working relationship for a year and a half. I found out the story. He just wanted to see like how serious we were. He had a reputation to uphold. He was new to the neighborhood. He wanted someone that could be at the same level of, if not elevates and join together and, improve the neighborhood around it. And, we were dead serious. And, come opening day, I remember he called us like at 5:36 in the morning. He's like, hey, do you have stone crab? I might have to go like to the grocery store and buy some stone crab if you don't show up. I'm like, no, we're on the way back up from the Keys, So we came in with about, 250 to 300 pounds for opening weekend.
Nice.
And we sold out.
Wow.
And then Brian and I looked at each other and we're like, I think we're onto something, And now it's been season 2. It's been a blessing. I commend a lot of, the success to him and his location. And now we do nationwide shipping. Just the other day we did our first delivery or our first shipment to Hawaii. We've got
Oh,
from
wow.
Congratulations.
Maine, Hawaii. I think the only one we haven't really hit is Alaska. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the key, right? The idea was, in the heart of the pandemic was to bring family and friends together. And what better way to do it than a memorable meal? you know, and growing up in my household, you know, we always remember the days that my dad had stone crabs on the table. So that's kind of how it branched. And like you said earlier about, you know, how people walk into MKT and they feel like they're at home, right? I went to school in the Midwest, or college in the Midwest, and the sense of unity and the sense of community that you find in the Midwest is very similar to what you find in MKT. You know, I went to school in Indianapolis at Butler University, and surrounding the school, we had different breakfast dive bars, and those guys were regular. You know, you felt like it was a second home, and that's something that MKT truly does reciprocate that same feeling. And you know, I'm very proud to be associated with Brian and MKT, and we're just trying to do our best to, you know, keep this energy going in North Gables and see how far it can go.
Yeah, and I still want to start talking about the meat.
Yeah.
This is why we were so excited to have you both on the show, because we know you're both very humble people, but you're both extremely passionate about your businesses. And I've known this since I met. I mean, every day that I walk in MKT, you were there. You're behind the counter. Typically, you try to kick me out.
You've been on a couple of 24-hour bans.
I have been. I've tried to steal your sign out front a couple times.
Yeah.
You've tried to steal my Vespa a few times. And speaking of Vespas, we want to mention later on this evening about the Vespa meetup at MKT this weekend. So timely, right?
Right.
So we're getting you on the show. But
Do I get an honorary Vespa?
I will let you drive my Vespa this weekend.
There you go.
Only because I have to be at the Maker's Market. So
Okay.
You have to bring your leather jacket and your
And
patches.
does it do wheelies?
That should be just a
Okay,
standard.
never mind.
That
I've
should
given it
just be
away.
a standard thank you for being on the show.
Yeah.
I should be, right? Not the exposure, not the 3,000 viewers. Well, actually, right now we have 7 million viewers, just so you know. I've worked with Lucas at farmers markets, which has been a great time. We really, had a really nice
I
experience.
remember a story there.
Yeah, I got a little nervous, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't get
Well,
nervous.
but I have a question since I'm new to all of this. So I want to get stone crabs at Market Holy Crab. It's one of those things. I just walk in and they are available to me. Do I pre-order?
Brian has a running joke that MKT doesn't sell out. Holy crab might sell. MKT doesn't sell out.
Okay.
See, I have somebody to call if I start running low. I call him.
Okay.
So,
All right.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do local deliveries in and around Miami or nationwide, Holy Crab will have you covered. If you want to enjoy the stone crabs in a sit-down environment, a nice, humble sit-down environment, you got your guy Brian at MKT.
And they come from the Keys.
Yeah, we get them in
That's awesome.
daily, fresh every day from the Florida Keys, fresh, never frozen. We got a nice network of fishermen that we're working with now, so we got a pretty good relationship going on with them.
That's it's people.
He's killing me.
People, especially some locals, but a lot of the tourists who come down here, they think there's only one place to get stone crab. The place.
That is the longest button I've
Huh?
ever heard. Let's do that.
And I think Gables resident that it's really nice to have a local source of fresh stone crab, because stone crab is one of those things where it's the best when it's fresh, the best when it's clean, but when it goes a little bit. You know what I mean? When you get them, and I've got them from grocery stores where, fresh stone crab, and you get it home and it smells like ammonia.
Yeah.
You ever had that?
Yeah.
And I don't know what
you know your
the
stone crab.
decay-
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like ammonia and it's disgusting. And you get that a lot from the stores where you try to buy it. So it's either restaurant, or if you don't know about this, you're stuck going to, Great Joe's is great, but it's quite a trip and quite expensive. So it's great to have a source, and you can bring them home and have them at home on the dining room table, as it should be. So I think that's really cool what you did. I think you found something
I
there.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, you know what I love to talk about, what's really cool, is when we met about a year and a half ago, right, we're just starting the stone crab season. You were just establishing your partnership. I was talking to your business partner, Irene, which we need to give Irene more credit than just being your business partner.
That's right.
And Irene is also
soon to be.
soon to be
Oh,
wife. We are engaged, and she's
That's
amazing.
right.
Irene is truly a wonderful person. And I know she's out of town, so we hope that she's watching live with us.
She'll be linking in. Yeah.
She'll be linking
Okay.
in. But I was talking to you and Irene started to tell me about this company called Resourcity.
Yeah.
And I look at her, I go, how interesting. Who started it? She goes, it's a guy named Tony Newell. I went, I know Tony. And so that was the first time I'd heard about Resourcity, because Holy Crab was in the first
Yeah.
resources
So,
for the pilot.
and they were fantastic. So I don't think I've met Irene, but we spoke on the phone, maybe Zoomed once. And this was back when we were doing the pilot of the original app, which was just for Coral Gables and was to help out with COVID. We were
Right.
trying to get people we were trying to generate foot traffic in Coral Gables for, local businesses, because they're having a hard time dealing with all the online orders, and they're not set up for e-commerce. And, we were working with 80 plus businesses, and Irene was, I think, one of the most, if not the most on top of her stuff person.
Sounds about right.
That we worked with.
Yeah.
She was absolutely on top of it. She was proactive. She was a big help. And I see, I really, really like Holy Crab. So I want to keep working with Holy Crab in the future. And, but I didn't know you guys were a thing.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Congrats.
So she's Coral Gables through and through. She grew up in the Gables, and she also works for the Alpha One Foundation, which is also in the Gables. So she's got a very large spot for the City Beautiful, as they call it.
Yeah,
Very nice.
And now we all have a large spot for the
Right.
City Beautiful at this point. It's a really great community. It's extremely dynamic, super dynamic. We're not Miami, we're Coral Gables, but we're close, just like the Facebook page says. And we're so fortunate to have such unique businesses, such unique people, some truly incredible minds. And three of them sitting in this room.
Oh,
Nope, it's easy. But again, it's really you both are doing incredible things. What's in the future for Market Kitchen, and what's in the future for Holy Crab? Because I know you are looking to expand.
Yeah, that was always the.
hold on, guys. We're having a little technical difficulty.
What happened?
We're gonna restart the stream.
You drink when there's technical difficulty.
Sound but no video.
Is that possible?
It's possible it's what's happening in our app
Are
right
there
now.
people
Actually.
watching right
Yeah, it's happening right now. We are. Actually, my dad's watching. He's watching with us.
Yeah, we have a few people, the
If
regulars.
you guys can hear us, please comment whether you can see the video or not. So we
Lola's watching too. Delicious and great beer.
year end, and you can always shoot me a text, any friends that are watching. Should we?
Are we
carry
back on?
Yes.
Oh, we're live.
Oh,
Okay,
we're live. Okay,
beautiful.
we're back.
Okay.
All right.
Just
okay, so
testing.
where were we? We were talking about.
How awesome these guys are.
Yeah, I mean that.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about what's in the future for MKT and for Holy Crab.
Well, that's something I think we talk about a lot.
He
Well-
said I was paid to watch no video. You're that.
Okay. Thanks, Dad. I don't have much money to give you right now. You can guys keep going.
Oh, okay. He's paid to watch. You paid
yeah, I
your
paid my
dad
dad.
to watch.
I told him that if he watches the show, I'll buy him a bottle of Larceny, which I still haven't done. So he knew that was going to happen.
All right. Well, I'll buy him a bottle of wine, which I told him yesterday that
You'd
to
buy-
get the points down, so you stop using them.
Oh,
So-
this guy's a-
He's good with the buttons today.
Go ahead, please. Tell us
So,
about.
future plans. Future plans. Like I said, I really want to create something where it's your neighborhood chef, where you go to, on your daily basis to get your meals and partly because I don't want to work the weekends.
Okay.
Or Friday and Saturday night. I did that for a long time in the restaurant business. I don't want to do that anymore in the hotel business. So that's why I went this route. And I think it's paying off because we have those daily customers that come in and we're a good spot for the community in North Ponce. But I do want to create something somewhere else, whether it's South Miami, whether it's Del Rey. I'm pretty open to different areas. And of course, I want to take Lucas with me wherever I go and increase the partnership with Holy Crab. So
I think Miami is such a, how you separate like Coral Gables from Miami. Miami, even though it has a lot of charm, it's a very big city when it comes to tourism naturally, right?
Yep.
So it's hard to find those little like local establishments. Like I know a lot of people when they're leaving MKT, like they'll be cheering, oh man, did you see how Brian Happy was? Like it just said like local, like knowing the owner and knowing where you're getting the food from, it's locally sourced, all that stuff, it really hits home to make you even feel an extra special part of the community. And that's what we're really striving for, So I think we could replicate that same, I guess, business model or mindset, whatever you want to call it, and all these different pockets around South Florida, because, there's so many, naturally, so many people coming in from all parts of the world, especially now with, with COVID, there's been such an influx of people coming in, and to have, a new home and a new opportunity to, be able to be with your neighbors and, good food coming in. I think that's just a win-win in any market you can put yourself
I
in,
agree.
and
Couldn't agree more.
and yeah, I'm just here riding the coattails of MKT.
Well, it seems like you guys are a good dynamic duo.
Yeah.
It's a really good 1-2 punch. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Miami. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, but my mom, when she left Cuba, she went to Georgia.
Okay.
And my dad's from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
So when they met in Miami, even though I'm from Miami, I still feel like ties to other parts of the country.
When you say Georgia and San Antonio,
Yeah.
Texas,
Exactly.
it comes through. There you go. Okay.
I'm just trying to
And-
figure out where the hair's from.
Well, the hair's they say it's from your mom's father, right?
I guess.
My
I
He had a
told
mullet a few
I
weeks ago.
told
It
them
was pretty
before
funny.
we started. I said I'll take a third of that.
My
take
grandfather's
a-
91, still got a full head of hair.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
That's awesome.
So
Does he also have a mullet?
still alive? No.
Because you had a mullet.
You
a few
did
weeks ago.
have a mullet.
I did have a mullet.
Pretty cool.
I
liked it.
did no shave November
Okay.
because of my grandfather. He's battling prostate cancer. I did no shave November, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna grow out the mullet too. And it was a little dirty, but it looked good.
But you're rocking a good like
That was a wild couple of months.
Yeah.
it's a good Elvis Presley, a little bit of sideburn,
Yeah.
little Southern
Right here.
rockabilly type thing, which is badass. And Brian, where are you from?
Seattle, Just outside of
Oh,
Seattle.
Okay,
so the suburbs.
Suburbs.
Yeah.
I see.
You look like
Okay.
you're from Seattle.
No.
What's another really cool thing about
Beer.
Market Kitchen is not only have you partnered with Lucas, but you've done a couple pop-ups, evening pop-ups. There were
Yeah.
2 of them. One of which, good friend of ours, good friend of yours before I met him, and who I consider to be a great friend to this day, is Ronald and
Ronald, yep.
Asados.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you were striving for with these pop-ups and what Asados, how they found success doing their pop-up there at Market Kitchen?
The first pop-up we did was Chef Raymond Lee from Palmar. He did it for a couple of months and saw some good success with it. And of course, through the pandemic, a lot of people were laid off, which I don't know if that was the case with him or not. But he was looking for a spot to take his delivery business, and naturally, I gave him the spot. He has a good head of hair too, so. Anybody with a good head of hair gets a job, or
that's what it is.
yeah.
Damn it.
So, but anyway, so he came in. He had some good success with it, and then Ronald pitched the idea to do some steaks for a few months, and kind of a steak concept, and had some success with that too. And he actually started up a catering business, which he's still doing today as well.
We had Ronald cater for us at the insurance office for
I heard.
holidays. It is the best steak I have ever had in my life. And I have had a lot of steaks.
Mm-hmm.
Morton's doesn't compare. Ruth Chris doesn't compare. Smith & Wollensky's doesn't compare. When they say a steak is like butter, that's Ronald's steak. It was so what? It was so good it melts.
He uses the wood.
It's the wood.
And rarely do you ever get something like that in.
It's a wood fire grill.
yeah.
So that was gonna be my question. Is it a grilled steak, or is it like, because Ruth Chris, Morton's, they all do a thing where they do it in a cast iron pan or something, then they do it in a broiler. So it's never hits flame, never hits smoke. It's just pan to broiler. That's that classic steakhouse steak. To me, the better steak is anything with an open flame or on a grill. So he uses.
It's aged. It's
Yeah.
Wagyu beef. It's
Ugh.
aged about 30 days, right?
Yeah.
It is so out of this world
Mm.
that these guys couldn't get enough of it. But that's what I admire about Brian's business, is that he wants to help other people be successful.
Brian, you have a question on screen.
Yeah.
Why Miami? It's far from Seattle.
What's that? Why Miami?
Why
No,
Miami?
you have a question on the screen
It's on screen.
from Justina,
Oh, okay.
Well, who's Justina?
a friend of ours.
Friend of
Okay,
ours, yeah.
so I worked all over after college. I went to Colorado and worked with a gentleman there who then started opening up restaurants throughout the country. One of the places was Miami, and when he came to Miami, it just so happened we got in touch, and he said, "Come on out, help me open up a few restaurants," and I took the opportunity, and then I stuck around.
Okay.
So
Good question, Justina.
We have another comment there.
Yeah.
Let's
how do you
see.
read that?
Okay, I want to take a quick second here.
Who's this?
This is one of my all-time best friends watching from St. Augustine, and it means the world to me that she's watching, because I'm actually about to cry because I love this girl. McKenna, thank you for watching. It means the world to me. She has been a truly, truly wonderful friend of mine. She's been very supportive of mine. And it's just very exciting to see somebody that I care very much about watching today. Tony, I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and take over. It really does mean a lot to me. That she's watching.
On this note, I just want to say hi to everybody out there. A lot of family members in there, sisters and friends. But I want to give a special shout out to my mother, lady. I love you very much. She had a tough week last week, but that's why I wasn't here. But she's awesome, and I love you very much.
Hi, Mama Newell. Yeah, we have a lot of love in the show. It's just it's all about family.
I feel it.
Yeah, man.
It's all about family. It's all about friends. It's all about the people that we care about. Elion, you raising your hand?
Yeah.
You're cheering on with us.
I agree.
Yeah. No, it's we're not just about community when it comes to businesses, nonprofits, cities. We're also about family.
Well, how long have you guys been doing this show?
This is episode
Six.
number 6, right?
Yeah.
Episode
just started.
6. You got to.
We're viral, man.
Yeah, we do have a following.
Okay,
like
we got
this.
we got the magic
That's great.
sauce here.
You guys waited 6 episodes to bring me in.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
We wanted to iron out the kinks first and say let's not have the big guns on until.
Well, and it's also kind of timely because we're getting close to launching our pilot,
Mhm.
which is very exciting. And this coming weekend, 2 of our pilot communities are going to be partnering together. 3, actually. Those 3 are Bay 13, Market Kitchen, and Vespa Mia. And this is something I worked out with I guess he's the president of the Vespa Mia group, Mauro, out of Miami Beach. He founded this little club for Vespa owners and Vespa lovers throughout South Florida. We meet once a month, typically at Cafe Umbria in South Beach. But this time we're going to be doing a tour of Coral Gables. And the tour will start at Cafe Umbria, where most of the people will meet, come down to Market Kitchen. They'll have some special...
How many Vespas are we looking at?
I don't know yet. I don't
It's gonna be
wanna
like the
say too many.
sheriff's like there's
There's
trouble
gonna be
riding
at
into
least- there's gonna
town.
be at least 20 Vespas
Vroom,
outside of
vroom.
Market
You
Kitchen.
guys aren't going to be
Saturday.
revving those engines out there.
Yeah, with the little
That's
horns.
right. All the women make a run,
They're gonna
lock
get
the
there at
doors.
about 1:15, and they're gonna stop there at Market Kitchen. We're gonna get some great coffee and some cool little incentives for
Some
the
race
Vespa
around the
groups. They're gonna
block.
race around the block. Maybe
Yeah.
one of them will let you ride with them, and then they're gonna go from Market Kitchen on a tour, a guided tour of Coral Gables by the one and only
Lucas.
Ralph Cabrera.
Oh!
So Ralph is going to be giving a tour of the city of Coral Gables via Vespa. He'll stop at four or five different locations. He knows the spots. I can't share them.
Yeah.
They're secret. He's going to give historic information about those locations. And then they're going to make their way back to Bay 13 Brewery and Kitchen, another community
Mickey
partner
boy.
with Resource City.
Mhm.
Big shout out to our local watering hole. And
right.
there at Bay 13 Kitchen will be for the first time, the Makers Market. And I'm very excited about the Makers Market. We've got a great lineup of vendors. It'll be expanding over the next few weeks. Once a month, we'll have live music, if not more. Once a month, we'll do a speed dating event. We're going to work on the Vespa meetups. We're going to do vintage car shows, I think. We're working on some cool stuff like that. But, this is the kind of stuff that, again, Brian does at MKT. You want to be part of the community.
Mhm.
In what way does being a part of your community, I don't want to say benefit Market Kitchen, but help you develop a better relationship with the people that come to the restaurant?
Well, anytime you're looking to start a business, I think you have to want to be part of the community, and want to be a part of something, and that's part of what I knew I was getting into when I created Market Kitchen. Maybe not to the extent that I think that it's turned out to be with some of the following that we've gotten and hiring some of the community leaders as Nick has become, but it's not something that I think you have to do. I think it's just something you want to do when you start a business.
And I think it's doing well by doing good because you're a corporate citizen, and I think about it this way. You see people sometimes they have the Apple sticker, the Apple logo on their car or whatever, and they put it because they're so dedicated to the brand. And you see this with big brands. There's no reason it can't exist at the local level. It should exist at the local level. So it's more than just selling food or crap or whatever. When you guys are really a part of the community, it becomes something people can gather around. And I think you guys have tapped into that, and it's because you're honest about it. It's not a put on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one of the beautiful things about the whole MKT experience is that even though it was extremely challenging at the beginning because it was the height of the pandemic, there was also this huge movement. And you got Grant Miller, right? This is his building.
Yeah.
He's all about shop local, buy local, support local, right? So even though it was crushing for a lot of local businesses, I think people in the community, like they woke up and they said, you know what, why are we going to go to these massive corporate chains?
Yeah.
Let's go and create this community feel. Let's go raise our kids there. Let's go bring our grandparents there. Let's go bring our friends and uncles and, and our cousins there. And, with his work ethic, he's there every damn day,
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's always there to greet him. He knows everyone by name now. And it really does feel like a true local hangout.
Nice.
Well, the next segment is I am gonna have to step out and get some of the ingredients for. Tony, I'm gonna let you take the realm helm
Sure.
for a second.
Well, yeah.
So
We'll just have crickets till you get back.
it's crickets. No, it's not entertaining because of me. Gentlemen, we're gonna make some drinks now.
Oh,
I know you're still working on your first, but I have a very special recipe that I want to share with everybody today. So I'm going to run to the kitchen to grab some ice.
Are you qualified for this?
He wants to know if you're old
Did
enough.
you get me like a serving license at MKT?
You had a food safety license.
Does it still in place?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can handle the limes.
That's
So no problem. So I'm going to go grab this stuff. Gentlemen, you talk for a moment. And anybody that's watching, stay tuned for just a second. We're going to learn how to make some Moscow mules.
All right.
Okay. I actually have a very specific stone crab question. It's for me. So sorry, guys. But I heard, and I just learned this. I'm ashamed I didn't know this. Apparently, they cut off the claw, one claw only. They don't actually kill the crab.
yeah. So one of the nice things about the stone crab industry, right? It's sustainable. So also throughout this whole pandemic, it's all about, being green and going green and sustainability.
Right.
That's been in existence, for stone crabs, over 100 years. They only remove one claw and they put it back in the ocean, and the claw is able to grow back about 6 to 7 times throughout its life to not only protect itself, but to also be able to feed itself during that process.
Right.
So
Right.
we make sure that our fishermen uphold those same standards. It's obviously, by law, you have to, according to the Department of Agriculture. But yeah, you only remove one claw. It's got to hit a certain amount of centimeters to be able to classify as a medium stone crab. The mediums are the smallest, and they go all the way up to colossal. So we carry all sizes. But yeah, that's actually really cool. We took it an extra step, and the packaging as well for local deliveries are made of 100% recycled material.
Oh, nice.
So we also want to make sure that is taken care of as well for the sustainability factor.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was a cool little fun fact I didn't know. I was ashamed I didn't know that until Nick's back with his
How are the crickets?
always entertaining. What is so? I think we're making a Kiev koala. Is that what it's called?
What?
What are we making today?
We're making today. We're going to be
Koala?
making. Actually, it's my mother's recipe. So Jody's famous Moscow mules.
Nice.
So if you've never had a Moscow mule, which I hope you gentlemen have, it is made with 4 simple ingredients. First, you have to have, and this isn't technically an ingredient, but it's part of it,
Mule mug.
a mule mug. So copper mule mugs, which kind of help.
Have you read all these books back here?
Yes, every single one.
These
of
are
them.
all his books.
Twice.
Yeah.
So
The 50 Shades of Grey's right there, and all the sequels. Yeah, those are his favorites. Those are the well-worn ones. You can see. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is you got your copper mule mugs, right? First ingredient you need, ice. What is this?
That's Lady. That's Mary. Lola
Lola
makes it.
makes
Well,
fabulous
yes,
Moscow
she makes it.
mules.
Yeah, she does.
Uh-oh,
She's a
I'm
pro
grabbing
though.
now.
She's a pro.
So the first thing you need is ice, naturally, right? So you take the ice, put it in the copper mule mugs. Second ingredient are your limes. So you squeeze half a lime into each copper mule mug. Typically, that's about a half a shot. Then you put the shot of vodka, which for today I actually have bottle of Tito's. This
Tito's.
is from my personal bar. I actually don't think this is Tito's. I'm pretty sure this is the Kirkland vodka that I just refilled.
Oh,
A Tito's
smart
bottle.
man.
You did.
I did that with
I
a
do
with
that.
a Skull
Because
vodka
it's too
for
big otherwise.
years. Yeah.
You can't do that to Tito's, man.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. You would never have known. So that might be Kirkland whiskey. We never know.
It could be.
As a beverage license holder, I shouldn't know this.
So I'm gonna first, and I hope you guys will chat a little bit about your favorite drinks while I do this. First thing I'm gonna do is gonna put the ice in there. So while I do that, favorite drink and why is it your favorite drink?
Are we gonna help you here? You're
No, I'm gonna make it
you're gonna
for
take
you.
care of us?
I'm gonna take care of you guys.
Wow.
So I'm gonna drop ice on the floor. First drink, favorite drink, and why is it your favorite drink? I just washed my hands, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Brian,
My favorite
drink, and
drink?
why is it your favorite drink?
It's have to be wine.
Wine.
Because
Okay.
there's so much variety, and when you get a good bottle of wine, at least from my experience, when I have a good bottle of wine, you start drinking slower, and you just start thinking about each sip as you're drinking a good bottle of wine, and that's how I know I've got a good one.
Good answer.
You want to make that bottle last as long
Yeah.
as you can.
Was it our third episode? We had a sommelier
Yeah. We,
on our show.
yeah.
Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah.
Did you consider
Drink
yourself a
me.
sommelier?
No,
Yeah.
no. I know very little about wine. I know what I like, and a lot of the wine that I have at MKT Kitchen is what I like, and also what people come in and buy over and over again.
Sure.
That's how I know what to buy. So, and that's what I know what to buy again. So,
Lucas, tell us about your favorite drink.
I'd probably have to say it's the mojito,
Okay.
something that's very Cuban. My grandfather owned a sugarcane plantation in Cuba. So to have the sugarcane there in the drink just has a different sentiment. Drinking that, you always have like this tropical, laid back, vibe to it. And I would think that that's kind of in tune with my personality, So I just
Good
like
choice.
taking that back and enjoying the moment.
Gotta have the fresh mint. Fresh mint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Bacardi.
That's right.
So now that I think about that, on the next episode, I'm going to be making us mojitos.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
There you go.
I'll
Boy,
make you
we
one.
messed up.
I like these
Well, when you
segments.
start-
Invite us back.
Good segment.
Invite us back.
I will invite you back. Every single guest that we've had on the show will be back at some point in time. But when we do our Cigar Sundays, which now we do at Market Kitchen, which we haven't done in a while, we'll have to make some mojitos.
There you go.
Right?
Mhm.
Tony, favorite drink, and why's your favorite drink?
Easy for me. This is a vodka gimlet.
Okay.
That's the drink that Lola, Paola, my wife, when I used to stalk her when she worked over at Graziano's in the Gables, she was a bartender there. And for a good year, I would go in there and not get the time of day from her. But I would go in and order vodka gimlets because that's what I was into at the time. And man, did she still does, the best one. I mean, the lime muddled with the castor sugar, whatever she used. And I don't know, she had some magic touch, and it's to this day the best thing I ever had. And it makes me think of her. So that's my drink.
More about the stocking. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Oh, my
The,
goodness.
the stocking. So that's
Ready. When
that's
you say
another.
these things on the show, you're gonna get exposed.
She was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I lived next to Graziano's. I lived in the building right next to it. And I'd go in constantly. It was my watering hole. And at first she was a hostess, and then she was a bartender. And I tried so damn hard just to get her to look at me, make eye contact. Nothing, zero. She was just all business, and she didn't give anyone the time of day. And finally, I went in there with a really gregarious coworker of mine at the time, who, an older guy, and never met a stranger, chatting her up, broke the ice. The whole gimlet thing started, and from that point on, it was it's all downhill from there. But it was
No.
a good downhill,
Lola, do you
But
think he's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
So-
Hopefully she'll comment.
yeah, right.
it's
No,
a good
she-
thing you married her, because it sounds like it could have gone another direction.
Yeah, I mean,
with the
yeah.
stalking.
I
Well, now you say that. By the way, now I'm gonna expose you next.
Yeah.
'Cause I know how you and your wonderful wife have met.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I wanna hear the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was. By the way, it was in the New York Times.
Yeah.
It was in the New York Times. I crashed his wedding, by the way.
You did crash the wedding.
Yeah. Well, you invited me. so-
well, now this
No,
is
I did not invite you.
Okay. Tell them how it happened.
Which one?
First, I want to hear about how you met Jen.
Mhm.
I managed a restaurant. She came in to eat. I gave her my business card, and a couple of years later, we were married.
The rest is history.
Well,
This
it
is
was
all
7
in
years.
the New York Times article, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. If you
Well,
want to go read it, it's,
I'm gonna have to, because the New York Times didn't just say that this guy met his wife and gave her a business card. I'm sure there's something to it there.
yeah. And there
There's
wasn't much.
a meet cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's how it should be.
I held out for a few years. Finally caved in.
Okay.
So
Is she your wife now, or is she still your fiance? Because when you
Wife.
were engaged, she
Wife.
was just your girlfriend.
yeah,
Oh, so now she's your fiance. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always one step behind. But yeah, wife
Okay.
now.
And then wonderful Henry.
Yeah, and we got a dog, Henry.
Okay.
She wanted to
Clear.
see if I'm capable of taking care of something
Okay.
before we have a kid.
What kind of
We're
dog?
having a kid in May. We got a
You're
shot.
having a kid in May?
Yeah, a baby,
Oh, nice.
baby girl.
What's her name?
Congrat-
Do you know yet?
We don't know yet.
Okay. We'll-
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very
That's
excited
big
about
stuff.
that. Woo. Very excited.
That's
I think
big
we need to
stuff.
cheers to
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's
Cheers to that.
that's
And you
that's
know
something
what?
to drink to
It
right
was
there.
good timing because the Moscow Mules are ready. So just let me stir them up.
I know.
Gentlemen,
Hold on, Lola's watching. I need the name of the place in San Antonio, the bar we had the mules at. It's like the oldest bar in San Antonio. It was something magical about it, and we had these mules there, and they're amazing. I'm trying to think of. We stole coasters from there, and I want to know what the name is, so she'll know. Just comment if you know it.
Gentlemen, I'm going to just let you know this is a different ginger beer that I typically use because I went to Winn-Dixie instead of Publix.
Well, I mean,
So they didn't have my. Oh, we can't drink it yet.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
We have to cheers first.
he's smelling it. He's the
You
wine
can
expert.
smell it. So again, this recipe is pretty simple. It's actually a very good drink. You can do this with typical ginger beer. You can do this with hibiscus ginger beer, which is very good. So shot of vodka, half a shot of lime, ice, ginger beer, stir it up, copper mule mug. Gentlemen, cheers to
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
And cheers to the
Thanks for having
pending-
us.
the upcoming addition to the family.
you. And
That's
if
awesome.
it's not great, I hope sorry. Pretty good.
He's got his father's touch.
Well, thank you
Let me
very
tell you.
much. It is a little bit sweeter, the ginger beer, than I
Yeah.
typically use.
But you didn't use too much of it. That's where everyone goes wrong on the mule. Is they use too much ginger beer and it gets too spicy.
Mhm.
And this is
Yeah.
really nice. This is a good.
Well, this is
good-
actually my mother's touch, so I have to give her credit for that one.
Mm,
My father
It's true.
has taught me how to make a very, very good margarita, which at some point I will teach us all to make. And he also taught me how to make. He loves these dark and stormies, which is Bermuda rum, or the
Ooh.
Bermuda ginger beer.
mhm.
But no, this has been my go-to drink, except for recently I've started a dirty martini trend. So
You have.
if anybody's
yes.
watching my Instagram, it gets filthy.
Let me ask you. You guys asked us earlier, where do we want to be? Where do you guys want this podcast to be?
Where do we want it to be?
Yeah, like where do you
Oh,
see
actually-
it? Where do you
Oh,
see the
you know-
podcast being in a couple
I
years?
don't think it's just about the podcast. I think that for us, it's about building resourcity.
Yeah.
About
yeah.
creating a true community for communities. It's about developing long-term relationships with businesses like yourselves, individuals like yourselves, and finding ourselves in a couple years from now, just having these conversations every single day. Doesn't matter where we are.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's a
This
good
is just the
answer
starter.
and a good question. It's all part of the same mission, and the app, and the podcast or the show, they work hand in hand. We really do want to spotlight awesome local businesses and help them get a leg up, tap into a new market. If it's 10 or 20 new customers, I know that moves the needle. And so, and this helps too, because there's exposure here. And so it all works together. It's great. The show, we get more and more viewers each time, which is great. So it seems to be doing well. And yeah, we'll see. But honestly, we do it because I think also we have a really good time. We really look forward to Thursdays.
There's
And
drinks.
I have a lot to drink in the middle of the day, and talk to some really cool people. Hang out with Elion over there, and
and Andres.
yeah,
Where you at, right? No, but he's right. I really look forward to Thursday afternoons. I look forward to sitting in this room with awesome people to talk about awesome things, and just to get to know people that I've known for a long time better, people that I don't know, to get to know them better. It's a different dynamic when you're sitting in a room like this versus just out and about having a coffee. I mean, you really delve into why somebody is passionate about what they do. Tony and I are passionate about resourcity. I'm passionate about health insurance. I'm passionate about Coral Gables, and I'm passionate about Holy Crab and market.
he really doesn't shut up about you guys. So I will say
I
he
feel
really
like
does.
you guys
He
for a long
does
time.
all the time.
No, and so again, it's great to have you both here. Let's take a minute to talk about some great events happening this weekend. First, Coral Gables Farmers Market. It is every Saturday until about mid-March from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then at 2 p.m. starts the Makers Market at Bay 13 Brewery and Kitchen. It's going to be a hybrid market featuring artisan crafts and local vendors selling great products from, I think we've got bows for kids and, hair ties and all that, to handmade candles and soaps, to just all kinds of really great handmade jewelry. And that starts on Saturday, February 19th at Market Kitchen. Excuse me, at Bay 13 Brewery and Kitchen. And I think the Holy Crab will be a vendor sometime soon.
Yeah, not this weekend. We have a on-site live cracking experience at a residence, so we're not gonna be able to make it this weekend.
Cool.
But
Is it at Romero Burritos again?
no,
Yeah,
never.
Romero
Oh.
Burritos. I have
Yeah.
accidentally.
Yeah.
Which I want you to tell that
Why are you
story.
laughing?
Romero Burritos a good.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't even
beautiful.
do that.
Romero Burritos a good customer, a good friend of ours at Holy Crab.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
You know what we could do at the first Makers Market
Baker's
Yeah.
Market.
that you go to? We can do what we've been wanting to do for quite a while, is a crack off.
That's right.
I say that one more time. I really like that name. A crack off.
Okay.
Crack off. Yeah.
What a great idea.
I have my mind. How does this work? A crack off.
well, when you're cracking stone crabs,
That's right.
Okay.
you want obviously a good crack.
Okay.
What you want, so you can get into it and you can eat the stone crab
Sure.
without having to get the the cracker out
Yeah.
yourself and like pick out the inside. So it's important to be able to crack it, but you also need speed. 'Cause
Okay.
because like on days like New Year's Eve or Valentine's Day, when you're doing hundreds and hundreds of pounds, you got to go quick.
Oh, okay.
And I am the quickest.
I think there's a competition
There's a little
here in the back. I can
competition
see.
inside,
There's some
I
backstory
would like
here.
to think that I'm a little
Okay.
better when it comes to presentation.
Okay.
I think
So he's speed and you're
he's
quality.
got we're
Okay.
both pretty quality. I think he's
Okay.
got he's
Okay.
got like a half a pound quicker on me.
Okay.
Half a pound. I'm
But-
still working on it.
But you need the quality there.
Right.
Obviously, you can't just be
Do me a
demolish-
favor. Go on our on YouTube and ask it or search how to crack a stone crab claw, holy crab.
This is great. And if you can overlay this on us.
Yeah, or put it on
It'll
here.
be better. He could put it on the actual screen. So you instead of seeing it, it'll be over
So
us.
I didn't know it was that critical to crack it. I know when you get it
Try
and
a
it's done
holy-
just right
search
and it's
no,
all
no,
one
no, no,
piece
no,
and
no,
it's
no.
easy to
Go
remove.
to
That's
how to crack a
fantastic. I
stone
didn't
crab,
realize there was
holy
a,
crab delivery.
because with shucking an oyster, for instance, how you
Holy-
get it loose
Okay,
but not
holy
lose
Yeah,
the
holy
juice
yeah, search
and,
holy
and
crab.
be able to do it quickly and so I suppose I'd never thought about it that there's an art to
Yeah.
cracking a
There's
Okay, well.
definitely an art to
I
it.
don't-
Yeah, that
Um,
first one. No, not that one.
That's
well,
the
that-
most recent one, right?
There you go. Yeah. This is yeah.
Put that on the screen back here. It's better. Yeah, no, that would be great. Let's plan to do that next Saturday. I think that'll be a great experience. We'll
Yeah.
promote it.
Are you
We'll have
ready to
people-
sail the open sea?
This is so fun.
I had fun with this one. I had
Well,
a good.
that's not happening today. But you will learn how to crack a stone crab. Cue the infomercial reveal. These knuckles get no respect. Now the claw
they don't.
to be treated as royalty. Flatten it out, grab a mallet, and swing away until you see cracks. There's all types of cracks. Some splinter, some clean. Holy crab! What
I
a
love it.
smash!
Those are
Do
your
you know
hands,
how
right?
to peel a banana? It's nothing like that. Hard-boiled egg. It's just like that. Strip it piece by piece until it is so fresh and so clean. Ah, holy crap, you did it right. When life gives you lemons, just put it on a stone crab. I recommend mustard sauce. Mustard sauce. It's better than mustard. Wait a minute. What is mustard sauce? Now that you know, go off into the world and crack 'em all. Holy crap. Who are you sharing with?
That is such a good
That is
video.
great.
So that is how you would crack a stone crab if we ship them and we don't crack them, right? We ship them uncracked to preserve the freshness. But when locals come in to eat the stone crab,
Uh-oh, what's happening?
it's either
That's
another.
we don't want
video.
that video.
Yeah.
Okay, get that video off.
And I know fish.
Who's Joe?
Shut up, Joe. We don't know you,
Today
Joe.
we're talking about stone crab claws and other crab products.
Where?
This is a
Because of
competitor.
commercial,
Yeah.
crab
Sounds
products
like
It's
are
okay.
sold 3 ways.
There you go.
Got it.
There you go.
Question. Go ahead. You were gonna say.
So yeah, we ship them nationwide. We ship them uncracked to preserve the freshness. But when it's a local order, like he's saying, and we got some rushes coming in, it's usually he or I cracking, and there does get some competitive juices
Okay.
as to who goes able to crack them the quickest. You know?
I'll give him some credit on New Year's Eve. I get to work pretty early. And what was New Year's Eve? It was a Saturday this year, right?
Yes,
I
it
think
was a
so.
Saturday.
Yeah. It was a Saturday. So I usually get to work at, I don't know, 8 a.m. Not super early. And he was there already cracking away. And he cracked from the moment he was there. I don't know when he got there, probably 7:37 in the morning. He was cracking crab all the way until the evening.
Wow.
Nonstop.
It was a good day.
I have
I bet.
a question for you
It was a
guys
good day.
regarding stone crabs. Does size matter?
That's
You're done, bud. You can't do it anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they all have very similar tastes. I think when it comes down to just the guests that you're trying to entertain at your party, or if it's, just a couple, or you're trying to throw a big shindig, I think hands down, I know hands down, large stone crabs are our best seller.
Yeah.
Personally, I think jumbos are the best bang for your buck when it comes financially. If you're going to have, a lot of other items on the menu, like MKT's Epicurean Market, you can't go wrong with just sprinkling in some mediums,
Yeah.
because you still get the same taste, and that mustard sauce that we make is pretty good too.
I think if you're having a party and you're having 10 people over, whatever it is, mediums is probably the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want somebody who's just a novice grabbing a colossal.
Right. Colossals are for show. If you want to just show off, you
But the
can have a
taste is the
colossal.
same.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
That's good. Well, a lot of things, bigger is worse with flavor. I've noticed too. Like a produce too, a lot. Like blueberries. God, don't ever get the jumbo blueberries if you ever. They have no taste to them at all. The little ones, beautiful.
Yeah.
Big ones, no. So if there's no drop off, yeah, I guess for the wow factor, the big guys. But
The big guys will out.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with larges though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just the perfect size in my opinion.
okay.
So what do you guys think of the mules?
I think they're
They're
delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
No, they're really good.
I'll have to. Thank you.
I
I might have to
He's
take
really
it.
good with the buttons today.
He's been very good with the buttons. Let's see if we have any additional
live
comments
audience
before we
seems to
close out
enjoy
here this afternoon. Let's see. Fabulous answer. What is it? Who's so let's see.
Chuck and
Go ahead.
Tanya, Peter. Same with snow crabs. Yep. I
What is
agree.
it? What is the fabulous answer? Right on.
Tara was only, I'm fabulous
I
at
can't
drinking them. Yes, you are.
Main goal for Source City.
Oh, thank you very much for we're almost at an hour, gentlemen. You asked me at the start how long
Time
is this gonna be?
flies.
45 minutes. I said 45 minutes to an hour, right? Thank you both for being here today. We
Hey,
look forward.
And it's just time. We could stay longer.
We could stay longer.
Yeah.
could
Oh,
keep
we
going.
will.
We
We
will.
will. We
hang
have,
out after this and talk.
yeah.
Because when Ellen DeGeneres does her shows, or did her shows.
Who?
Yeah, that's right.
She here?
Yeah. She would do things in between the commercials and at the end of the show. So we're gonna do that
Have
now.
you been to an Ellen show?
No, my aunt has been.
Oh.
She's been to a couple. I'm a little jealous.
I was going to say, a lot of inner details about this.
I have a lot of details about a lot of things. So
You a big Ellen fan?
we're not gonna. You're not here to interview me. I'm here to interview.
He calls her ED. He calls her Ed.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
What's up,
Brian, why
ED?
don't you have another shot of vodka? Gentlemen,
How much did you put in there?
would you like a little more? Here,
No. Oh,
Have some more ABC vodka in a Tito's bottle.
Tito's from Kirkland. Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us today. For anybody out there that is watching our show today, please take a visit to MKT Market Kitchen at the corner of Ponce, Mallorca, 1831 Ponce de Leon Boulevard.
Yep.
And try their holy crab stone crabs. Try some of their awesome
Do it.
Epicurean Market products.
Do it now.
Do it. Also, Perla Coffee.
Mhm.
And speaking
Yeah.
of which, we're
Yep.
going to be doing a coffee membership through
Yep.
Resort City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be working on that soon.
Bang for your buck.
And
Love
that'll-
Perla Coffee. That's another local. You have to have him on
we
the
have
show.
to have Perla Paul on.
Perla Paul
Perla Paul
and Chris.
and Chris. We got to remember Chris.
You know both of them.
I believe I've met both of them.
He knows
Yes.
everybody.
This guy knows a lot of people.
You
Yeah,
have to have
gets
Perla
around.
Paul and
Yeah.
Chris.
We would love to have Perla Paul and Chris on. It's great
Okay.
coffee made locally, roasted locally, right?
Yeah.
It is? Yeah. Okay. We hope so. This has been a great episode. Really, it's been a fun time with having
Times.
both of you on. We are in the city. We stream live every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here from Miami Community News. We will see you at the
A
Makers
little outside
Market.
of the city.
in the vicinity of the city. It's somewhere around the city.
I drove 20 minutes to get there.
At 3 p.m. or 3:15.
We
You
will
know,
see you
whatever.
at the Maker's Market. Give a little bit more.
I just realized that was
right
Leroy
on the
Jenkins.
show. We will see you all this Saturday at the Maker's Market and at the Vespa Mia meetup. And we will also see you next Thursday right here in the studio. Again, Thursdays at 3 p.m. My name is Nicholas Cabrera. I am your co-host. And
Tony Newell, long live local.
long
Smoke weed every day.